Hey guys, it's my turn to do the question and answer this week, and thank you for your questions, and I'll be answering them now. So starting with last week's video, questions under that. The first question is, why did you quit Blind? I quit Blind for a number of reasons, but very briefly, I got bored of it. Practice is really boring. The competitions are too stressful. I'd achieved everything I wanted to in it. And I wasn't enjoying it at all, so I stopped. And I wrote a really long post in the random blindfold discussion thread on speed solving, so you can check that out if you want some more detail. Yeah. Do you think you'll get back to Blind in the future? This is a very common question for me to be asked, and the answer is I still don't know. I think I would like to get back into 3 blind at some point, and I kind of intended to do that late this year, but I never got around to finding the time for it, so it didn't happen. But I think it might happen at some point in the next couple of years. I really don't know still. And then multi might follow from that as well. But big blind seemed pretty unlikely to me. I've done everything I wanted to in big blind, and it's just way too stressful. I don't know. Right, what are your thoughts on Miley Cyrus? I prefer not to think about her. I don't know. She's just there. I don't know. She's just a celebrity. She wants to be rich and famous, and she does controversial stuff to be rich and famous, and it's working for her. And yeah, I think a lot of people want to be rich and famous, and she's managed it, so well done, but I really don't care. Yeah. The next one is not a question, so I could avoid it, but I'm going to do it just because I'm a nice guy. It says, do an American accent. So I don't really do accents, but if I had to try an American accent, then this would be my attempt. I hope you enjoyed that, because you're never going to get me to do that again. What beginner method do you recommend using for blind? I recommend old Pockman corners and M2 edges, because old Pockman corners are just the easiest thing ever, and they're really good. And M2 edges, again, really good, much better than old Pockman edges in my opinion, and it's not hard to understand, so you should go for that. The next question from Kong is a bit offensive, so I'm not going to read that out, but let's just say the first option. Yeah. One from Ben. Sorry. Just says, how much swag does Chudge have? So Chudge is Callum Hale's jet, and he has a lot of swag. So much. He just doesn't know it. The next question is actually from Chudge. It says, why are you so slowy and current take mine NR in feats and be fast at 15 puzzera? And why can't we speak Hungarian? Well, I think first you should learn to speak English, and then maybe think about the Hungarian. Yeah. I am so slow and can't take your NR in feet. Well, I'm going to take your NR in feet, because then I will be your nemesis. Yeah. Prepare for that. And why can't you be fast at 15 puzzle? I'm trying. This was, yeah, I've improved a lot this week, so I'm going to be faster than you soon, very soon. Okay, the next one needs a cube. I'm just going to move the webcam for this. Let's see if I can just stick it. This might not be the best view ever, but hey, at least you can see my legs. Okay, there's a cube. It says, okay, here's the setup. Okay, so we've got the corner in slot and the edge right here. So if I got this in a solve, as my last slot, I would see the edge orientation and make sure I force edges. And I know two ways to do this. So one is, yep, it's just the inverse of how you made me set up. So you put it around here, do a sledgehammer, and then put the pair in. The alternative way is just to do a com. So M, move that corner up, connect the edge, put them in. Yeah. So I'll do one of those two ways, just to force edges, I guess. Okay, enough of that. That's like the first time I've touched a cube this week, pretty much. Right, Noah says, what's your favourite thing about being a delegate? I think the best thing is probably just having the ability to influence your community. So I'm, I really love the UK community and I really want to do a good job for them. And being a delegate gives me the position to be able to do so. So I think that's the best thing about being a delegate. Also, you kind of get to, you just get a really good knowledge of the regulations. We don't know them off by heart when we start, but after a while you start to kind of know everything. And that's actually really useful as a competitor as well. Okay, Thomas says, I average 15 seconds for 3x3, how can I improve in 7x7, averaging 9 to 10 minutes? Well, I think in 7x7, what I found is the key is that centres, you have to turn fast, just turn fast. You're not going to be able to turn at 10 TPS unless you're like Kevin, but just turn fast, because look ahead is just so easy. Every piece has like 3 other identical pieces, so there's no real need to pause much, so just turn it fast. If you're struggling with turn speeds, just think about which side of the cube you're using. So if you have small hands, you might want to get the mini Sheng Shao. I found that really helped me because I've got Middle Asian hands. Yeah. Edges, turn slower. Try not to pause. Even in free slice, which isn't a particularly efficient method, although it is more efficient for 7x7 and for smaller cubes. But you don't need to turn that fast to get good times on edges, and you can just do 2 or 3 TPS at a constant speed and you'll get good times. So really concentrate on the look ahead there. The 3x3 stage, I think you should just do like just the 3x3 stage solves. Just do an average of 50 or 100 or something of 3x3s on 7x7. Just think about your turning technique, because you're not going to be able to turn in the same way as you can on 3x3, and some of your finger tricks might need to be adapted a little bit. Okay, next one, what are your mains and PBs? And for fun, what's your middle name? Well, my main 3x3 at the moment, if I did actually cube at the moment, would be this Sheng Shao Aurora. Just used it in the competition last week. Not many people like my Sheng Shao Aurora, but and I can understand why. But I find it really helps me to turn, because I can't turn crazy fast, and it helps me to slow down to a speed where my F12 becomes much better than on a super fast diamond cube. Yeah, I'm not going to go through all my puzzles listing my mains. You can watch my intro video on this channel. But my PB is 6.96. I have a sub 10 average of 5, just like really lucky one with a counting below 8 or something. And like high 10 average of 12, I think. But as you know, I don't really do 3x3. It's like my worst event, so whatever. What's my middle name? Okay, I've got an interesting one. It is Kin Chi. It's Kin-chi. It's Chinese because my mum's side of the family is Chinese. Yeah, I'm half Chinese. And it means strong and determined. Yeah. What is my favourite cookie? I don't know. It's such. I don't know. It must be American or something. Always talking about cookies. probably white chocolate and raspberry. I quite like those. Ollie Frost, is it true that Lawrence Livesey once pooed himself for a bet at Guildford 2013 so that he could pay the registration fee? I assume you don't mean pay. I assume you mean so that he doesn't have to pay it. I've heard that, I mean, the rumours I've heard are that it's true. I can't really confirm it because I wasn't there, thankfully, but it could be true. Next question, last one on this video. How should I go about trying to break sub 10? I average a little over 10 right now. Well, you average faster than me, so, and I'm bad at 3x3. I don't think I should be giving you advice, but you should probably just turn crazy fast, because that's what everyone who's faster than me and is sub 10 seems to do. Seems to be the easiest way at the moment. Just turn. Who cares about pauses if you're turning at 20 TPS? Doesn't matter if you have, 3-second pause in the middle of your solve. Also, dose you GJ or BJ? Let's just say I dose GJ. That's for you to decide. On the Facebook page, what memorization method do you use for blind? Well, for 3 blind, when I did blind, I used letters for edges and audio loop for corners. For 4 and 5 blind, I used what I just called freestyle memo, because I just memorized it however I wanted. I just saw the pieces, decided the best way to memorize it. Sometimes visual, some letters, some numbers, and some audio loop. Yeah. And for multi-blind, just a very regimented letters, a journey method, just with letters, and convert them into images. Yeah. Who is your favourite blind solver? It's kind of too difficult to answer because I have a lot of friends who blind solve. I'm just going to offend everyone if I mention anyone. But I'll say my inspirations were when I started blinding, and they are Mike Huey, Matt Bergston, and Chris Hardwick. And yeah, they really encouraged me and provided a lot of help to me when I was first getting into big blind. Yeah, I'd say, let's just say they're my favourite, yeah. And I was really happy to meet Mike and Chris. I met Chris at Worlds 2011 and 2013, and Mike at Worlds this year in Vegas. I was really happy to meet those guys. Okay, now we've got 2 questions from Tainara. She says, is it true that Waterloo Station in London is your favourite train station ever? Why? Is it because of the huge clock? Yes. It is my favourite, and it's kind of because of the huge clock. And yeah, basically, well, you don't need this answering because it's all about you. I met her under the clock. That's basically it. She also says, would you try another team blind, Portuguese team blind? If you haven't seen it, that's on my channel. That's just me speaking Portuguese letters. How hard was it at first? Can you speak Portuguese? How did you end up doing the solve? Yes, it was hard because I don't speak Portuguese. I ended up doing it. I can't remember. I probably thought it would be a fun activity. And it was. Yeah, I'd probably do it again with you. And the last one, which is on the blog, is I recently learnt 4 blind and I haven't attempted yet. Centres U2, edges R2 and corners Pochman. I want to get success at my very first 4 blind solve. Any tips, please? Yeah, on your pyraminx. That's where you find tips. That was a really bad joke. Now I've lost the plot. Right near the end. Okay, success on your first one. You just got to find a time when you can concentrate really well. You've got to concentrate so hard there's no letting up, because you'll just make a mistake if you lose your focus. And then just go really slow. Make sure everything is memorized properly, that you haven't missed any flipped whatever, twisted corners or 2 cycles of edges or centers or whatever. Cover all that stuff. Then put the blindfold on, solve slowly. Concentrate 100% of the time. Yeah, and good luck. Right, well thanks very much for the questions. Sorry this became quite long. Okay, that was like 15 minutes. But I hope I answered everything you asked, and yeah, see you in the next video. Yeah, see you later. Bye.